Greetings to all. Welcome to Future Officers Academy. Today we are going to discuss the daily current affairs of September 4. So today we are going to discuss the topics of World Bank hikes India's economic growth forecast to 7% for 2024 to 25. So which comes under prelims perspective. Next, the harm principle. How John Mill's theory defines the extent of liberty. So which we have to learn under GS 4. Ethics, integrity and aptitude. Next, Kavach expansion. Railways floats tenders worth rupees 2,200 crore, which comes under GS3 Indian economy. Next, amid high tensions with Israel, Iran's missile program comes into focus. So, which we have to know under GS2 international relations. Next, zero FAR we have to know under term. Next, editorial analysis with. So first we are going to discuss about World Bank hikes India's economic growth forecast to 7% for 2024 to 25. The World Bank has received India's growth forecast to 7%, reflecting the country's economic resilience amid global changes. This positive outlook is driven by strong performance in manufacturing and significant public investment. The revised forecast aligns with projections from the IMF and ADB for financial year 24 to 25. World Bank has received India's GDP growth forecast to 7% for financial year 24 or 25, up to 6.6%. The report titled Indian Development Update, India's Trade Opportunities in Changing Global Context, so highlighted India's resilience in challenging global environment. Everything you need to know about that India's growth rate aligns with projections by IMF and ADB, both forecasting 7%. The Indian economy grew by 8.2% in financial year 23 to 24, driven by public infrastructure investment and rising household real estate investment. The manufacturing sector grew by 9.9% with a strong performance in services but underperformance in agriculture. Urban unemployment has improved, especially for women, with female unemployment at 8.5% early in financial year 24 to 25. However, youth unemployment remains high at 17%. The World Bank suggests India can further boost growth by diversifying exports, focusing on textiles, apparel, footwear, electronics, and green technology. So with this, we have the UPSC prelims question, which have been asked in 2016. India's ranking in the Ease of Doing Business Index is sometimes seen in news. Which of the following has declared that ranking? So here the answer is C, World Bank. Our next topic is about the harm principle, how John Mill's theory defines the extent of liberty. John Stuart Mill on liberty introduced the harm principle, arguing that individual freedom should only be restricted to prevent harm to others. His theory advocates for minimal state intervention in personal liberties while recognizing that some limitations on free speech may be justified to prevent societal harm. So under that we are going to see first philosophical foundation. John Stuart Mill, a 19th century philosopher, is known for his influential work on liberty. So Mill's theory is cornerstone of liberalism and utilitarianism. Next, the harm principle. Mill proposed that only justification for exercising power over an individual against their will is to prevent harm to others. He distinguished between self-regarding actions that is affecting only the individual and other regarding actions that is affecting others or society. Next, the libertarian view on freedom. Mill argued for minimal state intervention in individual liberties. He believed that individual actions should not be restricted unless they cause harm to others. Next, about the free speech. Mill supported complete freedom of thought and expression, arguing it's essential for societal progress. He believed that suppressing opinions, even if they are false, deprives society of the opportunity to test and strengthen its belief. Next, limits of free speech. While advocating for freedom, Mill acknowledged that speech could be limited if it incites harm or causes societal disruption. He cited examples where speech could justifiably be restricted, such as inciting violence against specific group. Now, what are the relevance today here? Mill's theory continues to influence contemporary discussions on free speech and its limits. His harm principle is used to evaluate the balance between individual liberties and societal protection. So with this, we have the UPSC main question, practice question, that is, discuss John Stewart's harm principle as presented on liberty. How does this principle justify limitations on free speech? And what relevance does it hold in contemporary legal and ethical discussions on individual freedoms? So you can practice on this question. Our next topic is about Kavach expansion. Railways floats tenders worth over rupees 2,200 crore. So Indian Railways has initiated tenders worth over rupees 2,200 crore for installation of the indigenous Kavach automatic train protection system across 7,228 road kilometers. The more aims to enhance safe by preventing collisions on high density roads. Now we have to know about Kavach system and their overview. Indigenous automatic train protection system. So it was developed by Indian Railways to prevent collisions and enhance safety. Now what are their key components? Radio frequency identification, that is RFID, installed on tracks and wireless devices to ensure real-time communication. RFID readers, that is located in locomotive's cabin, assisting in the train control. Next, the radio infrastructure. It includes towers and modems placed at railway stations. Next, the cabin instrument panels display signal aspects and speed limits to drives for safe operation. Now, their future. First, the automatic breakers. Automatic breakers. So applied when red signals are ignored, preventing collisions. Next, onboard display. Provide signal aspects and safety information, aiding operation in low visibility. Next, the deployment. Coverage set to cover 7,228 route kilometers with tenders floated for rupees 200 crore. Current progress is installation ongoing across 3,000 route kilometers with plans for 9,000 kilometers by year end. So with this, we have the UPSC prelims questions which have been asked in 2023. Consider the following infrastructure sectors: affordable housing, mass rapid transport, healthcare, renewable energy. On how many of the above do UNOPS Sustainable Investment in Infrastructure and Innovation S3I initiative focus for its investment? So here the answer is C, only 3. So our next topic is about amid health amid high tensions with Israel, Iran's missile program comes into focus. So the Iran's missile program, long seen as a key element of its defense, faced scrutiny after a largely unsuccessful April 2024 assault on Israel. Despite launching hundreds of projectiles, many failed or were intercepted, raising questions about their reliability as effective military tools, especially amid escalating tensions with Israel. Now, what are the Iran's missile program here? So, first, their origin. Iran's missile program began in 1980s during the Iran-Iraq War. Over time, it has become a core element of the country's defense strategy. Next, capabilities. Iran possesses a range of missile types including short, medium, and long-range ballistic missile, cruise missiles, and drones. Next, the key missile classes include Shahab, Shejil, and Ghadar missiles. They are basaltic missiles. So Iran's long-range missiles like the Shahab S-3 can reach up to 2,000 kilometers, putting Israel and US bases in Gulf within range. The missile's accuracy, however, remains questionable. Next, the missile production. So the country claims to produce its missiles domestically through some reports. April 2024 attack that Iran launched 120 basaltic missiles, 30 cruise missiles, and 170 drones at Israel. Many failed to reach target, raising concerns about missiles reliability. Strategic importance. Iran's missile program is seen as a deterrent to regional rivals like Israel and Saudi Arabia. It serves as a key tool in asymmetric warfare where Iran cannot match conventional military power. Next, the proxy use. Iran's missiles have been used by regional proxies like Hezbollah in Lebanon and Houthis in Yemen. So with this, we have the UPSC prelims question which have been asked in 2018. The term two-state solution is sometimes mentioned in the news in the context of the affairs. The answer is B, Israel. Our next topic is about zero FIR. So we have to know about the news first. The Union Ministry of Home Affairs has directed Union territories to ensure that zero FIRs recorded in local language or accompanied by a translated copy of the same were forwarded to the states with different languages. This directive aims to preserve the legal value of FIRs. Compiling, the UTs have started sending out the original zero FIRs along with their English translation. So with this we have to know about FIR first. The term is first information report is not defined in the Indian Penal Code, Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 or in any other law. In police regulations or rules, information recorded under section 154 or CRPC is known as FIR. Section 154 states that every information relating to the commission of cognizable offence, if given orally to an officer in charge of a police station, shall be reduced to writing. A copy of the information shall be given free of cost to the informant. In essence, three important elements of an FIR is the information must relate to the commission of cognizable offence, it should be given in written or oral to the head of the police station, and it must be written down and signed by infront, and its key points should be recorded in daily diary. With this, we have to know about zero FIRs. A zero FIR can be filled in any police station by the victim, irrespective of their residence or place of occurrence of crime. A police station that receives a complaint regarding an alleged offence committed in the jurisdiction of another police station registers an FIR and transfers it to relevant police stations for further investigation. No regular FIR number is given, and after receiving the zero FIR, the relevant police station registers a fresh FIR and starts the investigation. It came up after the recommendation in the report of Justice Verma Committee set up after the 2012 Nirbhaya gang rape case to suggest amendment to the criminal law. The objective of a zero FIR is to ensure the victim does not have the run from pillar to post to get a police complaint register. The provision is meant to provide speedy redressal to the victim so that timely action can be taken after the filling of the FIR. Next, FIR under new criminal laws. The three new criminal laws came into effect from July 1, 2024. So that the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023, Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita 2023, and Bharatiya Sakshya Abhidanyam 2023 replaced the British era Indian Penal Code, Code of Criminal Procedure, and the Indian Evidence Act, respectively. Under the new laws, a person can now report incidents by electronic communication with the need to physically visit a police station. So this allows for easier and quicker reporting, facilitating prompt action by police. Under the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita BNSS. So police now bound to register a zero FIR under the section 176(3) of BNSS. Collection of forensic evidence and video recording of the crime scene in case of offences punishable with 7 years or more is mandatory. If the forensic facility is not available in a state, it can notify the utilization of such facility of any other state. Victims will receive a free copy of the FIR, ensuring their participation in the legal process. So with this topic is completed. Our next topic is about editorial analysis. Under editorial analysis, today's topic is a discourse on AI governance that India must shape. So the article highlights India's role in shaping global AI governance at the upcoming 2024 summit of the future, focusing on bridging the digital divide and advocating for the global south. It contrasts US and China led solution on AI, emphasizing India's strategic position in ensuring equitable, inclusive, and ethical AI frameworks. Now, India's role in global AI governance, the Summit of the Future, scheduled for September 2024, is crucial event where the global leaders and stakeholders will converge to advance the Global Digital Compact, that is GDC. So under the United Nations, the GDC aims to build a collaborative framework to bridge the digital divide, achieve sustainable development goals, and ensure secure and inclusive digital environment. A key focus is to strengthen international governance of emerging technologies, especially artificial intelligence, aligning with fundamental rights and values. India is urged to actively shape international discourse on AI governance, ensuring it serves its development priorities. Next, the geopolitical contestation in AI governance. Two key AI-related resolutions have been adopted at the United Nations General Assembly (UNGA), reflecting geopolitical contestation between the US and China. Next, the S-led resolution on safe, secure, and trustworthy AI for sustainable development advocates a harmonized approach to AI governance, focusing on shared ethical principles, transparency, and data protection. The US aims to assert dominance in AI technology and its development. The China led resolution on enhancing cooperation and capacity building of AI prioritizes equitable AI benefits, bridging the digital divide, and creating a non discriminatory business environment. China positions itself a key player in the global trade and technology standards. This resolution reflects each nation's strategic interest, highlighting the broader geopolitical contestation in digital governance. Next, the UN as a platform for AI governance. The UN is becoming the central forum for shaping global standards on AI. Given AI's profound impact on societies and markets, India, with its long-standing engagement at the UN G20 and global partnership on artificial intelligence, has the opportunity to ensure the GDC aligns with the development goals and ethical standards. India can advocate for the interest of global south and bridge the global digital divide through its active participation. Next, India's historical legacy and the UN. India has a deep historical legacy at the UN, particularly in advocating for the global south in international climate negotiations. India's leadership in UNGA Resolution 44 or 207 in 1989 helped integrate the principle of common but differentiate responsibilities in climate agreements. The principles ensured that development countries bore more responsibility and also for the climate change. Here, India formed coalitions like Green Group and Basic Group to safeguard its development and poverty reduction objectives. Next, India's role in AI governance for Global South. India faces unique challenges, including a lack of advanced AI infrastructure, quality data, and capital similar to the other Global South countries. Just as India's advocated for differential needs in climate negotiations, it should push for fairness, equity, and accessibility in AI governance. India's advocacy for these principles is already evident in G20, New Delhi Leaders Declaration, and GPAA Minister Declaration. India's leadership at UN can ensure that the voices of developing countries are included in global AI governance, prioritizing equitable access and technical capacity building. Next, the redefining the multi-stakeholder market. India has an opportunity to redefine the multi-stakeholder model to more inclusive by involving marginalized and underrepresented groups from the global south. This model should be accessible to smaller, non-governmental organizations, that is NGOs, small and medium enterprises, that is SMEs, and other groups lacking resources for global discussions. India should advocate for AI systems that are inclusive, fair, and representative of diverse perspectives, aligning with human rights and international laws. Now, there are challenges in the US China AI discourse. The current AI governance discourse is largely driven by the strategic interest of the US and China, sliding the concerns of the global south. There are stark disparities between development and developing countries in AI advancement. While developed countries have abundant resources, many developing nations lack basic infrastructure, internet access, and electricity. A localized understanding of these challenges is necessary for effective global AI governance framework. So finally, the India experience as a global south country combined with historical legacy of advocating for the global south positions it well to lead discussions on equitable AI governance. Active participation by India will not only advance its interest but also ensures a balanced and sustainable digital future that benefits all nations. So that's all from this topic. To read this document, you can visit our website. Our website link have been provided in the description. To get more daily current affairs videos, follow our YouTube channel, also our Telegram channel. Thank you.